Okay, hi everyone, welcome to today's tutorial on ArcGIS Pro. It's going to be quite a beginner level tutorial and I'll be doing a walkthrough on the screen where you guys can follow, and the PowerPoint slides are going to be available for you guys to access afterwards. I can show you as well. So just to introduce what ArcGIS is, it is a geographic information system and you can use it for making maps and accessing geographic information, and it's made by Siri. So the main thing with ArcGIS is that you grab data off online sources as well as it has its own open database, and you can bring it onto the software and create your own maps. So these are just some links, and there is a tutorial at the bottom as well for how you can find the data and bring it onto your computer. So to start, you can open up your ArcGIS. So currently, you can only access this in Studios. There is an account, but you have to request for it, and the process might take a little while. But if you are interested in getting your own account, you can flick us an email, or we can also link. There's a tutorial on our website that we can link you to. Yeah, so you just open up Map and create a project name. So and I'll just wait for everyone. And once you've created a name, just hit OK. Okay, it might be because it's like first time opening the software, so it's gonna take a while. So once you're in, you can see that you have your map in the middle, and then you have your contents page on your left. That's kind of like the same as your layers page on Photoshop and Illustrator. On the other side, you have your catalog, which is on your right hand side. This is where you manage all your data. So you have folders and different maps. On the top, you can change your base maps as well. So if you go under map and go into base map, you can change it to an aerial map or topographic maps. That's just up to your preferences. And now we can zoom into Auckland. And the first step that we will do today is teach you how to create a feature. A feature is kind of like you can draw on the map and create points. We go under Edit on the top ribbon and go into, we go under Folders, Tutorial, whatever you named it, and right click on the .gdb file and go New. So that was on your catalog, go under your folders and then .gdb file, and you create feature class. And you can name your feature to site boundary. Yeah, creating a feature class. Yeah. So should I go over that again? It's just on your right hand side. If you expand on your folders, there should be a .gdb file, and you go New Feature Class. Yeah.
And you might want to explain the different types of data.
Yeah. So under the feature class types, there is a polygon, line, and a point. Those are the main three that you'll be using. A polygon is like you can do a shape, and a line is just a straightforward line, and a point is just one individual dot. We'll be using the polygon today. And remember to check off the Z values, so you don't want that on. That is for 3D data, so we're not going to be using it. So we have our name, polygon, and uncheck your Z value. Then you can hit next. And this is kind of like if you have some information, you can import it in, but we're not going to have any information, so we'll just go next. And for the spatial reference in New Zealand, we mainly use NZGD 2000. So if you search up on the XY coordinate systems, you can search up NZGD 2000 and expand until you find that one. So that's under spatial reference.
That's not good. That's very point.
Yeah, I've done it. Yeah. NZGD 2000, and that's mainly all the things that you need. So you can hit finish after you've changed it. Now you should see on your right hand side that you have a site boundary and an icon, but you don't see anything on your map. To create your site boundary, we go under edit on the top ribbon and create. So on the top, there should be an edit and then create site boundary. So once you're on that step, you can zoom into anywhere on your map that you want your site to be on, and you can just click to draw your shape and double click to finish. So that was going under edit, create, and just clicking on the site boundary, and you should be able to create your. Once you finish drawing, just click finish at the bottom. Sweet. Okay, so I assume that everyone has their site boundary drawn now. So the next step is we're going to be importing some data onto our project. So I've already downloaded the data and processed it. So if we go under your folders, and you can, so File Explorer, this PC, and click on Scratch Drive. And then go into 2024 DRH tutorials, and then not yet. So this is just, yeah, just going onto the Scratch Drive. Yeah, just to explore, yeah. And open up the ArcGIS tutorial file. And you should see a folder called bus service. If we just single click it once, we can copy the folder. And now you go back to your ArcGIS folder, which will be located in your documents. And then you find your ArcGIS folder, the documents, ArcGIS, and projects. And you should find the project that you started with this morning. and paste in the bus service folder. So that was going into Documents, ArcGIS projects, and pasting in the bus service folder. Yeah, you just paste it there. This folder is quite important because when you're dragging in any data sets, you will be pasting it into this file. So once you've pasted it in, you can go back to ArcGIS, and under the Folders tab, you can right click and click Refresh. So when you've refreshed it, it should show up with a new folder called Bus Service. So once you see the bus service file within your tutorial file, you can expand on it, and there should be a .shp, that's the shape file, and you just drag and release it onto your own map. And if you've done that correctly, you can see on your left side that there should be a new layer called bus service. Okay, now if everyone has their bus service file on, you can double click to modify the symbol. So that's just double clicking the little icon in your layer, and that will bring up a symbology panel on your right. So double clicking the icon. So once you've got your bus service, again, it's just a little icon that you click on, and you double click it to bring up symbology. And you can go through, there's a lot of preset ones. They have a bus station icon, so we can use that one. And you can just go through, pick whichever one you like. So that's under gallery, and under properties is where you can change the color of your icon and also the size of your icon. And always remember to hit apply to see your changes. If you're not seeing any changes, remember just to hit apply. Okay, once you've got all your bus services, what you can do is, for example, if you have a bus stop near your site, you can click on the icon and it will bring up a little table for you. And that is the information about that one particular bus stop that you've clicked on. So just clicking on the points to see what it is. And if you want to pull up the table of all the bus stops, oh yeah. So you right click on it and you can bring up the attribute table. Yep, so once you've had a play around and you're happy with what you have on your screen, we can continue, and you can create like a document within ArcGIS to show your map. So if you go on the top ribbon and go into Insert and New Layout, and you can create a file, so maybe a A3 landscape file, and it basically opens up like a Word document for you. So that was Insert, Layout, and click on any preset you like. Once you're on this blank page, to insert your map, you go into Map Frame, which is under Insert Map Frame, and click on the map that you've made. And now you just click and drag to create your map. So now that you have your map, you can see that if you're moving it around, it only moves on the page. But if you want to say, for example, it's not directly on your site, you can go onto map frame. Oh, no. So you go into layout and you click activate. And now everything else is locked but your map. Yeah. And you can move it around. You can also zoom in and out. So that was, again, you have to go into map and activate. And as many of you may know that maps are usually to scale. And if you want it to scale, you can go on the bottom and there's some presets. So that's on your bottom left. There is a preset for 1 to 1,000, 1 to 5,000. You can do it depending on how big you want your map to be. So for this one, you can do anything that you can see your site and some more information. So that's on your bottom.
Scales in the bottom left corner, so you select that and then change the scale.
And if you don't want to kind of move your map around, you can go into layout, which is at the very right hand of the top, and close activation. And that's how you get back to where you were before. So once you have your map, you can start adding in your map components. So that's things such as your north arrow, scale, and your legend. You can do that. There's a lot of presets. So go under insert and you can click on the north arrow. And when you expand on the tab, it gives you lots of presets. So this is really useful as compared to doing your own map because you have to make your own scales. So if you go in the scale bar, and if it comes up as miles or anything, just double click on any of your features and you can access the elements section and you can change it to kilometers. Yeah, so the main things that you want on your map is definitely a north arrow, your legend, and your scale. And to add a title to your map as well, under graphics and text, there should be an A and it says straight text. If we click on that, it's like you can draw your own text box. So that was under graphics and an A shape and it says straight text. And you draw your text box and you can change it to your title name. Yeah. And if you want any other information, there is a dynamic text. And if we open that, it will give you more things like scale and your spatial reference. So these are already done for you. And you just click and you can just put it there. That was under dynamic text. Yep, so once you've got everything kind of laid out how you want it to, and you're like, okay, I'm done. So you can go into share and you can export the layout. And usually we'd go for a vector PDF if you want to edit it further in Illustrator or Photoshop, or you can do a flattened PDF, but that means you just can't move anything. So just use a vector PDF and you can export it. Okay. Once it's exported, it should be in the same tutorial file that you've been using. So it's just automatically named it layout. Yeah, so that's basically the tutorial for today, but we have a bit more slides that show you what you can do with ArcGIS, especially in terms of studio and the industry. So this is just some maps that you're able to produce with ArcGIS Pro, and it's really fast and easy once you start using it. What you can use it for is like site context. So I made this using ArcGIS Pro and Illustrator. You can grab the boundary of ArcGIS on a data set and you just put in the boundaries, and then you can add in all the other colors on Illustrator. And then the same with floodplains. So that's grabbed off GeoMaps, which is Auckland Council's data, and you just put it onto ArcGIS. And you don't really need to do anything apart from changing the colors because all the data is kind of laid out for you. And the same with ecosystems, it's just grabbed off GeoMaps. Within the industry, so there's a lot of kind of like ArcGIS analyst tools. So you can make walkable catchments and really cool maps, as well as 3D maps, which we'll try to cover in semester 2 for some advanced tutorials as well. Yeah, thank you guys for coming to the tutorial, and we still have a few minutes left, so we can go around and answer some questions, or if anyone's interested in learning some more, we can have a little chat. Yeah, thank you guys.